everybody, this is Ginger, and this is Ginger's Chat Show. Yes, I look a little bit, uh, hair wind blowing. I was outside and I had to take the garbage out and everything, so got that done. Um, anyway, there's some things we need to talk about here. I hope all is well. Right now it's 79 degrees, and of course it's already warm up here in the third floor. I got two fans going, three windows open. And my cat's hiding under the bed. Yeah, Loki's hiding under there. It's the coolest spot in that house, basically. Um, so I'm still waiting word back from the vet on his results. As soon as I know, I'll let you know. Um, Either I'll just post something on Facebook to let you know, or announce it during my chat show. Um, so far he's doing good. He's eating now a little bit more. Uh, he's getting back to his old demanding self. He's pretty much telling me what to do, which is a good sign more than anything. Um, anyway, today we're going to be talking about convicted felons in general, especially he who shall not be named that's in the White House. He should not be president, period. He's a convicted felon. So why was he uh, placed in the White House by Congress? Huh? They should have told him no. Um, and then you'd say, well, convicted, it's immunity. He doesn't have immunity. Okay. Reason why he got in the White House so he could avoid being going to prison. Well, he could still be going to prison. Okay. Including that, Trump is falling apart. Karma's starting to bite him. Number one. Um, he got really yelled at by Scotland, and Scotland's not afraid of him. Go Scotland. Thank you guys. Um, they don't like people like him at all. Frankly, you know what I think Scotland should do? Is uh, by eminent domain take over his uh, golf courses and make them public and rename them and ban him from Scotland. That's what they should do. Why they're letting him in there, since he's a convicted felon, because internationally convicted felons cannot go to other countries unless they are originating from that country. If they're originated, then they could go into that country's jail. But yeah. Um, Well, one of the other convicted felons I'm talking about is Ghislaine Maxwell, the gal who helped Epstein and Trump, helped with the girls' sex trafficking ring. Uh, Trump, she was going to spill all the beans, and Trump was trying to prevent her from doing that, but he kind of caved once he stood up to. Um, And so now he said, well, you got immunity from me. Well, the DOJ says one day, Queen of the Day, what they call Queen of the Day. It's not really Queen of the Day, but Queen of the Day immunity, just one day. Um, and then she put demands on Congress and saying, this is what I require. And Congress came back pretty fast, which is unusual for Congress. Usually they drag their feet, okay? Well, Congress told her, no, none of this is going to happen. You either testify, we prefer that you testify at the prison, not here at the Congress itself. In other words, they're doing it in such a way to prevent her from escaping or somebody do a jailbreak on her with her for her or something. This is what they're afraid of. So anyway, uh, they told her, Congress told her no. Uh, and Trump, as usual, does not understand how things work. He doesn't want to learn. He doesn't want to listen. And you know what, people? I think we should start governing ourselves. You know, do what we normally do, and ignore Trump, ignore the administration until he's out of office. I know it's 2 years from now, but things could change next year for the midterms because more and more Democrats are now running for office, and a lot of the Republicans are resigning, or not. Well, they either some have resigned or some are just not going to run again. Now we know one Republican is not running again, and that is what's his name? He's from South Carolina, I think. But anyway, he's not going to run. Well, he's up in his 80s, and I think he's starting to have some serious health issues. The others are still in good shape, and they're still doing. Some are not running. Some are, doing like one more term or something like that. It depends on how good a job they do. Now, it's a little hard to do your job when you have the MAGAs saying they're interfering government operations, and that's what they're doing. They're interfering in government operations. They don't want to learn anything new. They don't want to follow the rules. Okay? Well, you know what? They should be voted out and put in people that do understand how public service works. They should do, if they want to do public service, do public service. But if they go in there and don't want to do public service, then they should not be allowed to have a seat. That's my thinking on it. Some people, oh, you're being hard-nosed about it. Well, so what? It's called common sense. Now, another event that happened yesterday. Just off the coast of Russia, I forgot the name of the town, but there's a coastal town there. Then what they call, Russia refers to as Far East Russia. It's more up in, like, toward Alaska. Anyway, they got hit by a 8.8 earthquake. I mean, it was a real shaker. The apartment person who was there in Russia, she took a video of it when it was shaking that hard, and there was some damage. As far as I know, she's okay, but it was between, the depth was 12 miles, and it was between Russia and Japan. Japan felt some of it too. There is now a tsunami warning around the various coastal areas that are going to be affected. Some of the tsunami has hit Washington State, and some of it has hit Oregon. Some of it has hit part of Northern California. And then, of course, Hawaii, the only thing you do is get up high up on the hills. But right now, they're dealing with a volcano, which doesn't help any. Trying to get higher up so they can avoid the water. I feel sorry for Hawaii. I mean, a lot of it's flat land, and I don't know if Guam has been affected. Guam is part of the U.S. territory. I don't know if it's been hit or not, but prayers and hope they get help in those areas. Tsunamis have to be taken very seriously. You don't know what Mother Nature's going to throw at you. People on the Facebook, which really kind of irks me, saying, "Oh, well, this is not true, and this is not that." And of course, our governor has issued the repeated warning from the USGS, which has been monitoring the earthquakes, issued the warning of what areas that will be affected by the tsunami. And some think it's a joke. Well, it's not something to laugh at. You have here, to those that are Washingtonians in my group, in my show, this is not something to laugh at. This is very serious. We have fellow Washingtonians that have homes right along the coast here, okay? And when you have tsunamis and high tides and everything come in, there's serious flooding. And so now the coastal highway along Washington State is now closed, because they don't know how high this water is going to come up. So stop laughing and take this seriously, and listen to the governor, and listen to authorities, okay? When you're scoffing at something like that, you're endangering other people. So, let's be adult about this, please. Now, with this 8.8 earthquake, they said that is the highest they have ever seen. Okay. It's a little bit higher, I think, than the one that hit Alaska in 1964. But anyway, they're watching this, because there may be aftershocks, or maybe another separate set earthquake. I don't know. I would have to go to the website of the United States Geography, USGS, and look it up. Okay? What kind of signs that they're looking for and what they have to watch for. Now, on the other aspect, and then, of course, as usual, he who shall not be named keeps distracting away from the truth, and he needs to be told to stop that, period. Trump is the one that needs to be told what to do. Okay? I don't care if he's president of the United States. He doesn't act like one. Okay? He's an idiot. He's stupid. And his team, especially Stephen Miller, they shouldn't be there. Ever. And of course they put out, weak things. Oh, don't talk negative about Trump and everything else. Well, that's just too bad. He is not doing his job properly. And never has, never will. Even the first time around, he didn't do his job properly. Okay? First time around, it wasn't too bad with him, but now it's gotten worse. And we need to push back. And we need to push back at Congress and say, well, next year, we need to vote out all the MAGAs, push them out, ban them from even for running for office, and the midterm group that come in, they're all Democratic, should quickly implement the impeachment process to impeach not only he who shall not be named, Trump, but also the whole cabinet, everybody, vice president on down. Kick them out, fire them, and then appoint a new president. Or do another, like what England and what Canada. What Canada does, they do snapshot elections. You know how long their snapshot elections are? Anywhere from 3 to 6 weeks. They do a little bit of campaigning, then they set a snapshot election date, and then the day before the election, to start or to commence, the media has been blacked out. They will allow the media to do this anything. In other words, they don't want heavily persuade people. They want people to make up their own minds of who they want to lead them. And that's how it should be done here. Okay? That on the day of the election, there should still be no influencing. Just, watch the numbers when it comes in, and the person with the highest numbers wins the presidency. It should not, I think the Electoral College should not be in play on that one. It should be by popular vote. And I also think the snapshot election should be done via computer from home. And just make sure that there is a very strong, 6 layers of protection to prevent hacking and manipulating and everything else. And above all, they should ban corporations or people like Elon Musk from trying to buy the elections. If they attempt to buy the elections, they should find themselves in the pokey. Pokey, which I mean by jail. Pokey's my mom's favorite word when it comes to jail. Again, we need to push at Congress. Push them back. And if ICE comes around, we need to push back on them too. You know what? Tie their vehicles up. If the vehicles don't show any governmental, from what I see, the vehicles are unmarked. Well, you don't know if they're government or personal. You know what? If they're unmarked, then we should tie them to the post. Or lock their wheels and prevent them from leaving. And you say, no, you don't take people and kidnap them off the streets. That is wrong. They need due process. And you're fired. That's what ICE needs to be told. They're fired. And ICE needs to be banned. Banned and disbanded. And since a good majority of them are convicted January 6th insurrectionists, they should be back in jail. That's my thinking on this. So anyway, okay, well, let me check my calendar real quick. Hold on a second. Okay, I will see you on August 1st, this coming Friday. Yeah, it's August already. August 1st on Friday at 1 o'clock. Take care, try to stay cool. It's 82 degrees here already. I hate when it gets this hot. And, just be careful and keep your eye on the sky. Mother Nature's not done with us storm-wise. So, please take care. I love you guys. And thank you for watching. And I'll catch you on Friday. Be sure to insist, persist, and push back. Talk to you later. Love you. Bye-bye.